Luke 3. And in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar, when Pontius Pilate was governor of Yehuda, and Herodes, district ruler of Galilee, and his brother Philip, district ruler of Iturea and the country of Trachonitis, and Lysanias, district ruler of Abilene, Hanan and Caiaphas being high priest, the word of Elohim came to Johanan the son of Zechariah in the wilderness. And he went into all the neighborhood of the Jordan, proclaiming an immersion of repentance for the forgiveness of sins, as it has been written in the book of the words of Yeshayahu the prophet, saying, A voice of one crying in the wilderness, Prepare the way of Yahovah, make his paths straight. Every valley shall be filled, and every mountain and hill shall be made low, and the crooked shall become straight, and the rough become smooth ways, and all flesh shall see the deliverance of Elohim. He said therefore to the crowds that came out to be immersed by him, Brood of adders, who warned you to flee from the wrath to come? Therefore, bear fruit worthy of repentance, and do not begin to say to yourselves, We have Abraham as our father. For I say to you that Elohim is able to raise up children to Abraham from these stones. And even now the axe is laid to the root of the trees. Therefore every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. And the crowds asked him, saying, What then shall we do? And answering he said to them, Let him who has 2 undergarments share with him who has none, and let him who has food do likewise. And tax collectors also came to be immersed, and said to him, Teacher, what shall we do? And he said to them, Collect no more than what is appointed for you. And soldiers also asked him, saying, And what shall we do? And he said to them, Do not intimidate anyone or accuse falsely, and be satisfied with your pay. But as the people were in expectation, and all were reasoning in their hearts about Johanan, whether he was the Messiah or not, Johanan answered, saying to them all, I indeed immerse you in water, but one mightier than I is coming, whose sandal straps I am not worthy to loosen. He shall immerse you in the set-apart spirit and fire. His winnowing fork is in his hand, and he shall thoroughly cleanse his threshing floor, and gather the wheat into his storehouse, but the chaff he shall burn with unquenchable fire. And arguing with many other words, he brought the good news to the people. But Herodes, the district ruler, being reproved by him concerning Herodias his brother Philip's wife, and for all the wicked deeds which Herodes did, added this also to them all. He locked up Johanan in prison. And it came to be, when all the people were immersed, Yeshua also being immersed, and praying, the heaven was opened, and the set-apart Spirit descended in bodily form like a dove upon him. And a voice came from heaven, saying, You are my Son, the Beloved. In you I delight. And when Yeshua himself began, he was about 30 years of age, being, as reckoned by law, the son of Joseph, of Eli, of Mattathiahu, of Levi, of Malachi, of Yanah, of Joseph, of Mattathiahu, of Amos, of Nahum, of Hesli, of Noga, of Ma'ath, of Mattathiahu, of Shemi, of Joseph, of Yehuda, of Johanan, of Raphiah, of Zerubbabel, of Shealtiel, of Neri, of Malachi, of Adi, of Kosam, of Elmodam, of of Yehoshua, of Eleazar, of Joram, of Mattithiah, of Levi, of Shimon, of Yehuda, of Joseph, of Jonam, of Eliakim, of Malaiah, of Menah, of Mattath, of Nathan, of David, of Yishai, of Obed, of Boaz, of Salmon, of Nashon, of Aminadab, of Ram, of Hetzron, of Peretz, of Yehuda, of Jacob, of Yitzhak, of Abraham, of Terah, of Nahor, of Sarug, of Reu, of Peleg, of Eber, of Shelah, of Canaan, of Arpachshad, of Shem, of Noah, of Lamech, of Methuselah, of Hanok, of Yered, of Mahaliel, of Canaan, of Enosh, of Sheth, of Adam, of Elohim.